On behalf of Rotary International, International President Gordon McKay, our two district governors are presenting to the Rotary Club of Adelaide with the Rotary International Certificate honouring 100 years of membership and to recognise the Rotary Club of Adelaide for its dedication to the object of Rotary and its commitment to the ideal of service above self.
Thanks very much, District Governors Ian and Craig, for that presentation. And it reads 100 years of membership honouring the Rotary Club of Adelaide. The thing about the US, of course, is that we're admitted on the 2nd of April 1924, because obviously they put their months and days back to front. So, or as they would say, they put them the right way round. But it's 2924. As we'd say, 924224. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, Rotarians and friends, a very warm welcome to you all on behalf of the Rotary Club of Adelaide to this afternoon's marvellous celebration centenary. There are many people to thank today. Rotary is an international humanitarian organisation. It is also a volunteer organisation where people give freely of their time to make a real difference in the world, and along the way, they meet other like-minded individuals, and through their involvement, invariably, they have their own lives transformed for the better also. I'd like to thank Her Excellency for being patron of the Centenary of Rotary in South Australia. Your Excellency, we greatly appreciate your support and your example of service. You're an inspiration to us, and your presence here today encourages us all to continue our Rotary journey and service to our communities locally, nationally, and abroad. The Centenary Lunch has been arranged by a small group of dedicated Rotarians who have put in countless hours to make it all happen. And I'd like to thank the organising committee, Centenary Committee Chair Heidi Umferdorfen, immediate past President Dr Rajiv Kamanani, past President Rob Falconer, President-elect Trevor Sterling, and also District 9510 Centenary Coordinator Rachel Wills from Waikerie. Please join me in thanking them all. I'd also like to thank past President Rob Mottram for handling all of the requests for seating and table arrangements. With 360 people, it's no small task, so well done, Rob, and all your helpers at the welcome today. Thank you. And thanks to Di Wilkins, our Honorary Secretary, for organising the centrepieces, the floral centrepieces so well. Thanks, Di. I'd also like to thank and welcome Keith Wilson, great-grandson of Sir John Lavington Bonython, a founding member of the Rotary Club of Adelaide. Keith, I think you're on table 16, is that right? Well, over there. Welcome, Keith, thank you. It's good to have a connection that far back. Fantastic. It's also great to have the representations or representatives from the Council of the Ageing, COTA, here today. Miranda Starkey, CEO, Jodie Slater, Policy Manager, Anne Burgess and Barry Apsey from the board as well. COTA grew out of an initiative of the Rotary Club of Adelaide, and as you heard from the history that we've been listening to, from small things, big things grow, and initiatives that have taken place have often grown to much bigger organisations that have transformed our society. We also have some special interstate guests to acknowledge. From the Rotary Club of Sydney, President Charles Allen and his wife Suzanne Hall, and also immediate past President David Hirsch and Donna O'Connor. Welcome. Craig has mentioned from the Rotary Club of Alice Springs, Neil Ross, who also got Centralian of the Year for 2004. Welcome. And from the Rotary Club of Burleigh Heads, Queensland, past District Governor Andy Arara-Bexay. Welcome to you, Andy, as well. I also want to thank Cooper's Brewery, represented here by Managing Director Dr Tim Cooper and his wife Barbara Cooper, for their continued support to the Rotary Club of Adelaide, and in particular for sponsorship support for our two centenary lunches in August last year and today. It's made a big difference. Thank you very much, Tim. The celebration of both the Rotary Club of Adelaide and in South Australia has been many years in the planning. And with Heidi as chair and Darcy Walsh as project manager, we have been in very good hands, and I thank them both. There were 5 elements of the plan for the Centenary. The events and lunches, which was an activity left by Rob Falconer, a celebration of past achievements and how Rotary responded to the challenges of the times, with the 2 history books being compiled, as was mentioned earlier, 100 Years Not Out by Zing Hai Tan, and Leaders for All Seasons, Part 2, Presidents from year 2000 to year 2023 by Reg Hutchinson. We also wanted to use the Centenary to raise awareness in the community about Rotary, what it does, and we've done a good job in that regard, getting good coverage with print, television, radio, and social media. And thanks to Jo Fiedler and her team for helping us get all that up at the run. Raising awareness and amplifying the Rotary message has been one of the key elements of the plan. We also wanted to have a social impact project based around peace polls and a lasting legacy of community health project focusing on prevention of chronic disease in Aboriginal communities. You've seen the peace poll here before. As a humanitarian organisation, peace is a cornerstone of our Rotary mission. In fact, it is one of the Rotary International areas of focus. Today, over 70 million people are displaced as a result of conflict, violence, persecution and loss of human rights. Half of them are children. Rotary refuses to accept that conflict is a way of life. And what all Rotary projects have in common is that they ultimately contribute to a more peaceful society. Rotary members have taken action during the centenary year to raise the profile of Rotary and peace building. We approach the concept of peace with inclusivity, focusing on well-being and diversity. We thought about how we could make the greatest possible impact and how we could broaden the scope of what we mean by peace building and more ways people can get involved. As a result, the Peace Pole project emerged here in South Australia. So far, over 50 Rotaract, Rotary and Interact clubs across South Australia have donated over 130 peace poles to schools, community groups and others across the state. They have donated peace poles to Sri Lanka, a refugee camp in Uganda, and soon there will be one on the way to Ukraine. The project has been so popular that it will be continuing long after our centenary, with a number of peace activities on the cards, such as reactivation of the Peace Park in Adelaide and working closer together with the Institute of Economics and Peace to offer members the resources and tools they need to become effective peace builders in their communities. As Sam from the Rotary Club of Murray Bridge said, thank you for the initiative and leadership your group is proposing in such an interesting way to raise important concept that peace is indeed the responsibility of each of us as individuals, and a reminder that we all need to influence our leaders for our wishes for peace. The second project related to the prevention of chronic disease in Aboriginal communities. This was an important project and was been 4 years in the making. And I think when Frank O'Neill initiated this and the club got behind it, we really realised just how important it was going to be. The prevention of chronic disease in Aboriginal communities is really a very, very vital part of what we have to do. Chronic disease such as diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease accounts for something like 80% of the gap of difference in health outcomes. So the project that we've engaged in is to fund 2 PhD scholars over 3.5 years to develop culturally appropriate models that will build capacity in Aboriginal communities in the prevention of chronic disease and improve health outcomes. This is an important project, and the projects of this nature can only be accomplished by working in partnerships. Partnerships are one of the ways we can really make a difference. The Rotary Club of Adelaide is working in partnership with Rotary District 9510, Australian Rotary Health, the School of Public Health at the University of Adelaide, and the Wadi Paringa Aboriginal Health Theme at the South Australian Health and Medical Research Institute. There are brochures on your table with further information, and I encourage you to support this initiative. And again, I have to thank Frank O'Neill for championing this project also. Again, thank you all for your participation and involvement today in the celebration of the centenary of Rotary in South Australia. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.